bullshit jobs.
Bullshit jobs, yeah.
Because I've been looking for jobs, and this book might be one of the most influential books I've ever come across.
Okay.
It's called Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber.
Yeah.
And essentially, David Graeber, he wrote this book, Bullshit Jobs, a theory. And essentially, this guy, David Graeber, was just like a guy, or I think he was a columnist or something, a writer, but he would go to cocktail parties or just, art under the stars or different events. And the question we all ask, even though it's a bad small talk question, is what do you do?
Yeah.
So he would ask people, what do you do? And he noticed this trend that people, they wouldn't say, I'm an engineer at Tesla. They would say like, well, I work at Tesla and I kind of do this and it's not really.
Yeah.
So I just noticed we're like, oh, I work in an office, a bank, but it's, no one would say, I'm a banker. Like, so he just noticed, and then he knows, what's up with this thing? Why do I ask people at cocktail parties all the time, what do you do? And they always, it's never a confident, it's always a, it's not that important. So he came up with this theory called bullshit jobs. So you're familiar with communism. We heard stories of communism of like entire whole apparatuses that were just filled with a bunch of bullshit work of people not doing anything. But he classified bullshit jobs into jobs that are kind of, is like what they are bullshit jobs. So he came up with 5. He says more than half of societal work is pointless. Both large parts of some jobs in. He broke them up into 5 bullshit job categories. So one is called flunkies. So flunkies are those who serve to make their superiors feel important. So receptionists, administrative assistants, door attendants, store greeters.
Yeah.
Another one is goons.
Yeah.
So goons are those who act to harm or deceive others on behalf of their employer or to prevent other goons from doing so. So people like lobbyists, corporate lawyers, telemarketers, public relations specialists. A third type is duct tapers. So duct tapers are those who temporarily fix problems that could be fixed permanently. So programmers who repair shoddy code, airline desk staff who calm passengers about lost baggage.
I'm probably a duct taper.
Well, that's the thing is, once you understand the 5 categories, that's the thing is, he's not saying some jobs are complete bullshit jobs. Other jobs are like part real jobs, part bullshit. So when you kind of hear these, you're like, oh, I'm kind of this. The 4th is box tickers. So those who create the appearance that something useful is being done when it is not. So survey administrators, in-house magazine journalists, corporate compliance officers. So I think the example he had in his book was someone that works at a nursing home, and their job was to survey the residents of what type of activities they wanted to do instead of actually doing activities with the residents. And taskmasters, those who create extra work for those who do not need it. So this is the typical like middle management track. But I think a couple of the jobs I've worked, I definitely worked. I think my last job was my boss was a taskmaster, so he kind of gave me things to do that I didn't need to be told what to do. And then a little bit of a box ticker. I think every job is kind of a spectrum somewhere on the bullshit jobs. But what are your impressions of the bullshit jobs? I'm of the opinion that people's economy is largely a bullshit job.
I think you still should engineer like a girl when you can. But let's see. Bullshit jobs. I haven't seen different types of there's different types I've come across over the years where you're like, what does this person actually do or accomplish? I have met like people where, they're just butt kissers. Or somebody who has like some super easy job and they really don't know how good they have it.
I think it's something I think too now that once I heard about this job, just realizing you could see it in your own work, but also going to cocktail parties, asking people what they do, and seeing people's reaction of people kind of know internally that their work might not be one of my friends, he's looking for jobs and he said he just wants a bureaucratic job, and I now once I heard that I was like, that's really, if you have any more ambition than anything to have a bureaucratic job, like you're delusional, at least in in this town. I don't know about how. Yeah, it seems like our whole economy is kind of like a bullshit economy filled with
like just like like just filing and like stuff that could I do remember the one job I realized when I was doing it, like this was when computers were, like, they had this big computer thing that they were really proud of. They had a satellite system that would send by satellite like computer files and stuff. And I realized, and this was like when the internet was just first coming out, and I'm like, this $1 billion satellite, the $1 million satellite they had, it could be replaced. I mean, it's the internet. This was when the internet was like first coming out. Like, all this stuff could be done on the internet, and it was like but they had the company had like put lots of money also into creating its own software, where like you could have gotten that, like, just go to the store and gotten that software, and it was just like they were filling up.
I think a lot of companies, and I was talking to this guy that he worked for Google and he manages their engineers. So I was asking him about what's AI? How should I be thinking about AI? And he was talking. His big thing was saying that a lot of companies or things will look at AI or look at technology and say, oh, how can we embed this in our current process to improve what we currently do? Where he said that's the wrong way to think about it. You need to think about, if I were doing something from scratch, how would I use AI or technology? Yeah. So I think the reason we have a lot of bullshit jobs in our economy is a lot of these companies or jobs are from like a legacy economy where, like you're saying, we didn't have computers, we didn't have the internet, so you literally needed people to do. My one friend has a hardware business. He was talking about how when his dad ran it, he would have to do all the monthly calculations, not in Excel, but like by hand, calculating, writing on pencil and paper. Just this huge tedious process that took one person a lot of time to do. Now we have computers that can do it. So I think we kind of have this economy that we've been, adding different technology, whether it's the internet, computers, into bullshit jobs. And, we don't actually need as many people doing things. Or people should be doing other.
Well, I do know of people who are doing jobs where I realize the job they're doing, once they do it, it's like then they're going to be out of a job. Like it's kind of sad.
You don't want to improve too much. Yeah.
Sigh.
That's Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. An influential book. I encourage people to read it if they do.